My name is David Robinson. I'm a proud son of Columbia, South Carolina. I was raised on the Southern values of faith, family, and treating others as you would like to be treated. I believe in the power of a handshake and the strength of one's word. As a single parent, I faced the challenges of making ends meet firsthand. When I heard the call to serve, I knew I had to act. I served my country where I learned that we are all in this together, regardless of race, color, or politics, whether it was in Afghanistan or Arizona. I saw the power of cooperation. Now, I'm ready to bring that same spirit to Washington. Our nation's future depends on our ability to work together and focus on the bread and butter issues that matter most to everyday Americans, not sowing seeds of division. This November, when you cast your ballots, remember, it's about more than just politics. It's about sending someone who would truly represent all South Carolinians. I am David Robinson, and I approve this message. Hello, everybody. Dave Robinson here, running for U.S. Congress. Just wanted to tell you guys thank you, first of all, for joining in tonight. This is not going to be long at all. I just wanted to bring again attention that I will be doing this every Friday. I'm pushing for 8:30 every Friday. That's 5:30 p.m. if you're out in the West Coast. Just want to be able to talk to everyone about while I'm running, about my campaign, and how you guys can help. So just want to get right into it. First thing is with me as running for Congress, you guys know that my passion had been driven by my efforts to find my son, geologist Daniel Robinson, missing in Arizona. Been fighting for him for over 2 years, still currently fighting for my son. That's something that would not end and would not stop until my son is found. At the same time, I was able to become an advocate for all missing Americans. The people that I ran into while I was out in the desert with their stories have really, really pushed me to understand, and especially with the case with my son's case and working his case by myself without law enforcement's help. I was able to learn a lot about some of the reasons why we having over 600 to 750,000 Americans go missing every year, and understanding how the lack of resources to some of the lack of empathy to you name it is some of the reasons. The data that I've been preaching about you guys for over and over again that I needed in my son's case and still currently need, why those things are being held back. So those things got me really into the politics of running, because I know that to be able to change some of these policies and laws around, like we have the Billy Act that's out there that just don't go far enough when it comes to finding missing loved ones and missing Americans. And so I want to go further than that. Like I said, some of the things that will aid law enforcement, will aid families as well to find our missing Americans. So again, that's the reason why that pushed me toward that direction. At the same time, you guys, in my state, I'm a resident, been living all my life, Columbia, South Carolina. District 2, District 6 is where I lived all my life. And so, those things that we know, you guys probably in your hometown have the same things you think about when you have a representative representing your district, representing your state, representing where you live. And sometimes, we get the dissatisfaction of not being represented. It depends on which community that you live in is where you see the representation the most, right? For that community and not your community. That's some of the things that were going on here in Columbia, South Carolina, District 2. See, some communities are thriving while others have been falling behind. I'm planning to be the representative for all communities in South Carolina, all the communities in my district, to hear what the constituents here, like myself, what we need. What we need. I am a constituent. I've been living under representation in Congress. I have been living under these laws that have been given into our state, that does not but hurt us. It don't help our economy, don't help us as a citizen. And so sometimes you get tired of being sick and tired. You want to do something about it, but you don't have that push and that drive to do it. But like I said, in my case, under bad circumstances, unfortunate circumstances with my son, that pushed me into this realm of running for office, and at the same time being able to do those things that I was tired, sick and tired of in my own state. So I just want to throw this up on the screen real quick, you guys. What my campaign will be about as well. There's so much more, you guys. But tonight, like I said, I'm going to do a little series of here and there, because the biggest part, the reason why I want to build this platform is to hear from the constituents, hear from people who I will be representing when I win in November. So, you guys, just want to be able to hear what your needs are. So I know what my needs are as a constituent. I know what I like to see, but I would like to hear what you like to hear as well, as those who don't live in the state, who say, "Hey, look, this, like me, I look at the what's happening in the House of in the U.S. Congress, rather than the Senate and in the House of Representatives. I see all this division and things. I'm dissatisfied with some of the things I see out there as well, just outside looking in for right now. But represent all David Rawson for Congress, represent all communities in Congressional District 2, not just the ones, like I said, that you live in. We can have a person that said they representing all of District 2, but actually representing only a few communities out there, because you can go, like I said, drive on one side of town, then you drive them to another, and you're like, man, I mean, it's all in the same district. Be like, man, what's happening here? Why is the infrastructure jacked up? Why is the certain elements of that district, the school districts and things like that? Why this area is this way, but this other side is this way? When you start looking at things, so all communities in South Carolina need to thrive. All communities, all citizens in that district, in that state, need to thrive. We need to stand up for voting rights, reproductive rights, and all civil rights. We have been, for the last several years now, um, everything's been attacked. Anything that will give you your freedoms, your liberties, that has been promised by this country, those things are being attacked. It's kind of like a rolling back effect. You guys, I'm definitely not going to be standing for that. I will be doing everything I can to fight on my behalf, fight for the stoppage of our rights being chipped away, little bit at a time. I will be going to the details of that, what I mean by that, when I put stand up for our voting rights, our reproductive rights, and all other civil rights. We can break those things down and talk about those as well. Climate change is a fact. You guys, one thing for sure, I told you about my children. They're all science majors. And I'm a science guy. So I love science, love math. And one thing about it, we are blessed to have our scientists raising alarm a long time ago about climate change. We see things happening right now here in South Carolina. We see our coastal regions being flooded out, being damaged. I'm sure you guys can see some things that happen in your state and your city. I believe and I advocate for something to be done about the climate change, and moving into the area where we're actually working with the earth and not working against the earth. You guys are saying this is where we have to live. This is where our children have to live. We have to make sure we're building the future for them too. Also, a livable wage. You guys, South Carolina is one of the states that's living off of $7.25 an hour when it comes to minimum wage. That is unacceptable. You see the rise. You see the rise in the cost of living going up, and also you guys see inflation is hurting. Can you imagine living off of that kind of money? That's not livable wages. that is a tragedy with a country that we have, the great country that we have, where we have citizens living almost below the poverty, near the poverty line or below the poverty line. That is horrible. That's horrible. That's unacceptable, especially in our state, South Carolina. We can actually get those things moving. So also create legislations that span the missing American families' freedom of information. You guys, I would go into details about that. You guys heard me talk about a little bit about that when it comes to owning our own data that's out there that's free for us to take. That is our data, you guys. That should not be. So that's one of the things, but it's many other things. And I was talking about the abilities law. You guys know when it comes to law enforcement sharing those information, that big database like Nameless and all that stuff, where they're sharing all that database, and so they make it easier, which is great. The bill of law make it great for those areas, but it don't go far enough. And I will be doing things to make sure, like I said, to go again, go further to find out missing Americans. Like I said, this is only a few things, you guys. Like I said, I'm not planning to stay on here long. I wanted to stay on for only about 15 minutes, but I wanted to kind of put an outline of things that I would be talking about. I'll be talking about a whole lot more. I did one thing I wanted to show you guys, and I did go on the Facebook. You guys, you go to Facebook page. Anyone you got your Facebook page, I would like you to follow all the pages. David Robinson for Congress, Facebook, on Instagram, etc. But I will share right now on screen the Facebook page, you guys. So I want you guys to come to the Facebook page, uh, David Robinson for Congress. David Robinson for Congress, you guys. This is right here on that page. You guys can look that page up and join the page, to follow the page. And also, what I'm looking for, you guys, is like one of the first posts I put on here is well, one of my first written posts is, what would you like to see in your representative, you guys? I want to know that. I want to know what your representative do for your community, and what's important to you. You know, a lot of times politicians will say, hey, look, we know what's best for our constituents. It's all mine and me, know everything that a constituent want. And you make these choices, and then you get it wrong every time. And then you wonder why people are dissatisfied with what you're doing. You need to ask the question, you need to find out, you need to know what constituents needs. Everybody needs a different, like I say again, these communities that's underrepresented in the same district, it's obvious they're not asking the question. Don't even bother by asking the question what these communities needs. That's why the needs are being left behind. So you want to get into these communities and find what each community needs. Some communities need more than others. You need to allocate and put these monies in places, these programs in the right places and the right time for those companies. Because like I'm saying, you guys, what I want to span on that is, when I talk more on this channel, is about how the economy will grow in South Carolina, for instance, how the economy will grow nationally. You guys, we got to take care of our working class and our middle class. We got to work from the bottom up and take care of the economy. We're gonna talk about that. If you guys can look at what's been happening for a long time, you guys, for many years, you guys, we've been trying the same trickle down economy that just don't work. And we keep preaching it over and over again, but it's almost like an insanity. You complain about it, and then say, oh, let's try it again. And I still want to believe me, have people tell you these things, and look out for the super rich and things like that, and they do not. The money moves slow when it gets into the super rich hand. They invest in the economy when they buy their yachts and things like that, but their money move very slow. You invest in the working class and the middle class, the money moves faster. It expands the economy because people need money now. They need to spend that money quickly. So that's one thing we'll be talking about as well. But like I say, you guys, please visit the David Robinson for Congress page. Like I say again, that's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I'm gonna will be building these pages up, but definitely, for information, you guys want to comment. That's what I'm looking for. I want to hear your comment. You guys put here your comments, what you feel or what you think, and what you think you would like to see in your representative. Those who don't live in South Carolina, what you would like to see happening in Congress, I like to hear that as well, and find out, so I can understand, so I can do a better job. I do definitely want to get into Congress. I wish you guys to support. And one of those ways to support you guys is no secret. You guys, please donate 5, 10, $20, whatever you can do tonight. I need you guys to hit that donation button as well. And also use the QR code you see listed here on the screen here. Go to davidrobinsonforcongress.com, and you can also donate there. So please, you guys, I want to get this campaign going. in the right directions. I have a primary that's coming up on June the 11th. You guys, I have to win. I have to. I don't take anything for granted. I don't take anything for granted, guys. I need to win this primary so I can move on into the general election, like I say, for November 5th. You guys definitely need that support to continue to go on to be competitive. A lot of those who live in South Carolina, I want to put this out real quick. If you're watching me, you say, "Hey, that district, how can you win that district?" You know, the demographics are changing. They're not going to put that out to everybody in our communities, but it's there. You guys, the statistics shows that the demographics are changing in these districts. They gerrymander and they try to move these lines around. Some people don't even know what district they're in. They're trying to keep these votes, these Republican votes. They try to keep them their numbers high, right? And what's happening is people are moving in into these districts. So it's a competitive district, you guys. We need some change. We need some things, like I said, where we just need to get out and vote. You guys have to go out and vote June 11th. You have to go out and vote November 5th. To get some things done. So we definitely need to move. But what I can say, you guys, what I've been talking on here, why I can do the job better than what we've been seeing for the last many years now, about 12 years or so. What I can do a lot better for our community, what I can do a lot better for my district, for the state, and also for the country. Because I'm a veteran who put my life on the line for our country during the height of 9/11. Raised my right hand and sworn to protect the Constitution of the United States and protect our way of life, you guys. And I'm continuing to do so. I do not believe that a soldier stopped serving his country because he retired like I did. I retired honorably, but I am still a sworn soldier to protect the democracy, to protect our Constitution, our way of life. And I want to continue that effort. And that's what I'm doing, you guys. And protect my son. I have to find my son. I have to help find missing Americans. That's our job as Americans. That's our job as constituents. I mean, as politicians, when we get up in Congress to find solutions to our crisis that we have in this country. This American crisis that it is when we have thousands of Americans go. We have 3,500 people going missing today, every day. 2,000 of those are children that go missing every day. You guys think about that. So it's a crisis. It's a hidden crisis that people don't talk about much, but it's happening. It can happen to me. It can happen to any family out there. When you least suspect it, you just don't know, and we don't want that to happen to anyone. So we have to try to find those root causes and stop those root causes. Whether it's from domestic violence, you guys, that's a big contributor. Human trafficking, et cetera. You guys, is out there. So again, need your support. Please donate, you guys. I've been asking for you guys to donate. I really need you to donate. I need to be competitive. I need to win this election. I need to get into Congress to make a difference, especially you guys that have been following me for my son, has been seeing me fight for my son. I need to continue my work. God put me in a place, in the right place, the right time. I truly believe that, you guys. Put in the right place, the right time to do a work, and I'm going to continue to do so. Like I told you before, you guys, I walk by faith and not by sight. I really believe God helped me to do what I need to do a better job, to do a good job, to really look at the interests of the people and do something about it. Do something about it. You get sick and tired of being sick and tired. You got to do something about it. You got to stand up. Gave up a good career as a truck driver to join the military, you guys, in the height of 9/11 because I seen something that needed to be done. I knew I had a skill that I can give to the U.S. Army. Though the recruiter told me that many 88 Mikes was dying in Iraq at the time because of the convoys that was being utilized. Well, for those who don't know, 88 Mike is a truck driver, you guys, and I joined as an 88 Mike anyway. Despite of him saying, "Hey, you might need to choose a different MOS," but I decided to keep going because I know my skills would be beneficial to the U.S. military. But I did not go to Iraq. I can't tell you guys that I did go to Afghanistan, where I never driven trucks for the military. I ended up in a combat engineer unit. That's the reason why I was in combat situations. But again, you guys, again, thank you so much for joining in. I do have to jump off. I wanted to be on for 15 minutes, less than 30 minutes. But thank you so, you guys. I'll be doing this every Friday. You guys look for that 8:30 p.m. That's 5:30 p.m. if you're out on the West Coast. Every Friday, you guys. This time I will be going a little longer. But what I'm trying to do, build up some questions you guys may have. Build up, like I said, go to David Robinson for Congress or Facebook, and David Robinson you guys, for Congress. David Robinson second for Congress. on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, Twitter. You guys, and excuse me, and just tell me the things you like to see, things you would like to see done in Congress. Like I said, it don't matter what state you live in. If you're here in South Carolina, the things you need here in South Carolina, your communities, what matters most to you, and you're represented. I don't care what your political ideologies is, and I want to make that clear, you guys. I have not seen us divided when I was in Arizona looking for my son out there in that desert. We was in the snoring desert looking for my son in 118-degree weather, sun up, sun down, out there in that snoring desert. Nobody care about what race you are, your political ideologies, your religion, etc. Nobody cared. And that's the kind of American that we need to continue to be and become even more so, you guys. And it don't matter that I so happen to be a Democrat, and you may so happen to be a Republican, or maybe even a independent. But the fact is, it's about the job that's been done and what you really stand for. And that's the things I'm talking about, is what I stand for is America's interest, not to take us backwards and try to help divide us up, and then defend only one person either. My job is to defend the Constitution, first of all, and also the constituents, the people that I represent. That's what I needed to be defending, their way of life, and make sure they have the bread and butter issues that they have that matter most on their table is being taken care of, not on somebody else's table who don't need anything. Not to be a champion for someone, but be a champion for your constituents in your state. So and also the country. So again, you guys, that's my take. And I'll see you the next time. And like I said, please join in with questions, with thoughts. When I say questions, thoughts, and especially of what you would like to see in your representative. Some of the questions, of course, guys, when you ask those questions, I really have to deep dive into some of them, I'm sure, because I have some just even on the campaign trail already that we deep dive into. When there's also already some laws that's been in place right now to be put in the books, and hey, a lot of times you want to see those things, you want to see those things and understand what the ins and outs of those things are before you make word about what you stand on it. So again, you guys, thank you again. God bless you, each and every last one. Bless each and every last one that's in the chats. I truly appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Spend time with your daughter, your children. I'm thinking about my daughter, with your children, with your family, and hold them close, you guys, because I'm going to spend time with my daughter. That's why I'm saying that. But you guys, please, like I tell you all the time, even when I'm looking for my son, hold your loved one very close. You never know, you guys. You never know. So don't ever let the sun go down on the raft. Try to do everything you can to let your loved one know that you love them. Those who haven't heard me say this before, even if you are mad at your loved one, it's okay to say, hey, look, I'm mad at you right now. We cannot talk exactly right now. I needed some moment away from you, or whatever the case may be, but you let them know that you love them. That is very important. That's one thing you can do, is say, hey, I love you, but I can't talk right now. Now, I didn't say that would happen to my family, but what I'm saying is with my son, I talked to him 2 days before he went missing. It was the last time I was able to tell him I love him, and 2 days later, he's missing. And so it never have been since that time able to say that to my son again. He's reduced down to voicemails, old videos and things like that, just to hear his voice. And that's something you don't want for yourself or your loved one. So again, you guys, I'm going to be there, try to fight. I'm going to do everything I'm going to fight. You guys know I'm a fighter. I'm going to fight for those missing Americans. I'm going to fight for the constituents here in South Carolina where I live here, as well as the country. You guys fight for us, our unity, and also against all those things that are trying to take our country down, take our freedoms away, take attacks on the Constitution itself. Those things have to stop, you guys. We don't need to bring up old wars and old things back again, and have this country going that direction. So again, thank you guys for your time. Talk to you next time. God bless. My name is David Robinson. I'm a proud son of Columbia, South Carolina. I was raised on the Southern values of faith, family, and treating others as you would like to be treated. I believe in the power of a handshake and the strength of one's word. As a single parent, I faced the challenges of making ends meet firsthand. When I heard the call to serve, I knew I had to act.
I served my country where I learned that we are all in this together, regardless of race, color, or politics, whether it was in Afghanistan or Arizona. I saw the power of cooperation. Now, I'm ready to bring that same spirit to Washington. Our nation's future depends on our ability to work together and focus on the bread and butter issues that matter most to everyday Americans, not sowing seeds of division. This November, when you cast your ballots, remember, it's about more than just politics. It's about sending someone who will truly represent all South Carolinians. I am David Robinson, and I approve this message.